What's good? Today we're gonna be reacting to Is Music Kinda Dying? Honestly, in my opinion, yes. Cause one, when I was little, I remember all these songs used to be popping off. What was that one song? Yeah, bro. There's this one song. It just came popular again. Okay, I don't even know. But all these good songs, like Taylor Swift used to be popping. I don't know why I say Taylor Swift. Like Bruno Mars, all these people used to be popping out. You remember I'm in love with the Coco, all these songs. But yeah, let's get into the video. Let's see what he gotta say.
Music has been the pillar that's held up society and human connection for centuries. If I couldn't wake up and listen to my old Kanye tracks at the gym, or MJ
Okay.
tracks and in my head think I'm sounding like him,
I know, bro, did not listen to Michael Jackson when he was little. When did Michael Jackson even die?
but I sound completely nothing like him, then I probably
Right.
wouldn't be as productive in my days. And from the 2000s to 2010s,
This is what I'm saying right here, right here. We had Drake, Taylor Swift. Is that Rihanna? Like Umbrella, Ella, that song. Ariana Grande used to be big. Yo, Bruno. This is what I'm saying. The Jonas Brothers. Yo, they had all these good ass music, and now everything just fell off. Maroon 5 with Animals. Yo, Maps. Yo, these songs. Yo, some music actually used to be good. Now we got Cardi's. Now we got Cardi rappers. All these artists trying to be like the same people. Cardi sounding like Future. Travis Scott being there's multiple Travis Scotts. Not like
every
I
year
don't know,
felt
Chet.
like
I don't
we had
know.
a certain music era going on. It felt
Right.
special, like you could point out what genre was popping and what the media was focusing on. Now we probably have the most music ever recorded in human history, so you would think it'd feel way more special. But if anything,
Right.
it's the opposite now. And a lot of people have been talking about it this year. It's felt like it's only gotten worse every year. One genre that's probably facing its
Okay.
worst fall off ever is rap. And to me, since rap is the type of music
That is true, bro. Low key, rap music has been falling off. All the old artists that used to like drop music regularly haven't dropped music. We have Drake promoting Iceman for the last like almost a year already. Like, just drop the album, man. Drop the album. Cardi too, yo, Cardi, drop your album, bro. Nobody waiting for Baby Boy. I know when he's gonna drop it, like maybe in like 5 years or so, but still.
I listen to the most, I feel very much qualified to talk about this. Anyone who was there for the prime SoundCloud rapper time from 2016 to 2020 already knows how much is diminished. In a weird way, it was actually a community back then. The wave at that time seems unreal compared to now, because I swear every week you'd have a brand new rapper pop up with a #1 song. Then you'd have the Lyrical Lemonade video to go with it. We was even good in that time.
Yeah, the Emily Chopper with Blueface. That one song, "Shot of Flow," that came out when I was like in 4th grade.
Counting the big three era of rap before this wave with the Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole running things. But they were also still dropping as well in that time, so you always had something going on. It seemed like in that moment with that momentum, the hype would never slow. Also adding the fact that rappers basically determine how people would wear fits. And to this day, it's still kind of
fair. Cardi with the what's it called, the jersey like backwards.
Like that, but I would say it's dropped off way more. The whole Hypebeast era where every kid was begging their parents for a Supreme hoodie and skinny ripped jeans came from people like Juice WRLD and Lil Uzi and X.
Juice WRLD and Uzi's fits back in the day used to be tough.
One of the main reasons rap is getting burnt into the ashes now is that everyone is scared to be different. Back then when you heard a certain rapper, you could immediately point out their sound and style, or even the way they rapped was unique. It would always be something changed with it. But now it's watered down for artists to try to...
Is that 21 Savage?
Sound like Cardi with maybe their own slight tweak. You could show me 5 new underground rappers that came out this year. Probably name some dumb shit too, like
Apollo Red,
Triple Table 249 or Caramel Latte 2X.
Shay, whatever his name is.
And I would not be able to point out who is what on each track. A lot of people,
but they're all like different type of Cardis. Not gonna lie, in my opinion, they're all like different type of OPM members.
People say this is due to the access of certain music equipment being easier, so a lot of artists and people are using the same type of audio settings. If you look on TikTok, you can immediately tell that's what's going on too. And before someone says, "Oh, well, Tom, you don't do music," yes, I know I don't do music. I understand it can be hard to make a certain sound or produce a beat. That's what makes it unique though. Like before modern music equipment and beat makers, each artist and producers had so much creativity because you had to be different and it took more skill. A lot of skilled artists know this and even stick with old music equipment, like Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars has been in the top.
I thought of a good name for. Oh wait, I'll catch a grenade for ya.
10 every year since 2010.
Yo, Bruno used to have banger music. That one song, I don't feel like doing anything. That song.
You can always release a song and that
Remember Happy? Because I'm happy. That song, yo, that song used to banger too. We used to have bangers. Now we just, everything just fell off.
is gonna go crazy because he mixes old music equipment with new tech and it sounds good. It's a unique type of sound that other artists don't have, and that's why people like it. A lot of new age rappers now either don't have the skills to do that or don't care to learn. There's a reason why someone like Kanye is so timeless, because he's mastered that craft and can transition between generations.
Kanye's
In
low-key
past
golden.
2020, that's probably the reason why male rappers started to fall off, but female rappers started to trend, because at least they were more unique with it, but there ended up being one problem. Women started getting tired of hearing every rapper talking about throwing it back and rapping about cooch. Also, the biggest female rapper who basically put it on is now completely coked out and crazy. So that era dwindled by pretty quickly, and now we're at a stalemate. As of 2026 so far, you don't really have a new rapper that's popping up and taking the year by storm. The last rapper I truly remember popping off in the mainstream was probably Ice Spice, and that was 2023 to 2024. Also, people are now realizing
Ice Spice low-key fell off after a SpongeBob song, yo.
They don't really care to go to rap artist shows because most of the time it's overpriced as f. A lot of these rappers can barely get through half the performance without either passing out from all the lean they're having, or crashing out and fighting someone in the crowd and then leaving halfway through. With other artists like pop artists, at least they try to give you a good show.
Sabrina Carpenter? Bro, I think she's the only song I know is the Espresso song from Fortnite.
Visuals and stage performers. But moving on from rap music to music in general, something that's slowly ruining it is AI. Last year already, AI artists ended up being 10% of all music creators. Keep in mind that AI artists only started becoming a thing in the mainstream last year, so that's some scary numbers. In a span of 1 year, they took over 10% of total human music creators. Imagine 20 or 30 years. And you may be thinking, I don't listen to it and would never, so I'm good. Well, you might want to double check because you might have by accident. Yes, you may have been assaulted by an AI song and did not know. On TikTok since 2025, there's been multiple song trends that went viral that turned out to be AI. One of the biggest trends was a song called I Run by an artist named Haven. I can't play it here due to copyright, but I guarantee at least 90% of y'all probably heard this song on a TikTok. I personally don't know how people like it. It sounds spiritually Israeli to me, but it did blow up. The song has 2.1 million videos made to it just for reference. And when people started complaining, streaming platforms sniped that shit off their platforms, but the damage was done. When people listen to these AI artists, it pushes out all other real artists that make music out the algorithm. Because these music platforms only boost what's trending. Even though a lot of the younger generations may not listen to these artists, older generations don't give a fuck. They either don't.
Bro, the younger generation, all they listen to is brain rot music. That something like that.
No, it's AI or
that's all they listen to. They don't know nothing about our generation.
Don't care because they think it sounds good and they don't really have a problem with it being AI. When the We Are Charlie Kirk song came out, some of them genuinely thought it was a real song and poetic. It also doesn't help that you'll have AI artists pull a Shadow Clone no Jutsu, pop up and steal a real artist's flow and release songs. Because they can release unlimited songs and you best believe they'll have fans who will listen to it. An AI artist last year named Zanaya Monet charted on the Billboard charts for the first time ever. I fully blame Gen X and boomers for this because I know this was not Gen Z. I ain't never been in the car and my homie said turn on that Zanaya Monet. If you're in my car and you turn on any AI music, just know we're not getting out that car, that shit's blown up. Believe it or not, she, or should I even call it a she, it's a robot. She signed for $3 million to a record label. Ah yes, the great morality of record labels. Instead of record labels paying their artists a livable wage, they can just buy an AI artist to produce unlimited slop and profits for them. The hilarious thing is, this whole drought of music being dead could be solved by record labels and streaming platforms. A lot of these artists don't feel motivated to make music anymore, knowing they're not going to get paid good from it. Streaming platforms get their cut, then record labels get their cut, and artists get the crumb of that. Because of that, a lot of artists have transitioned to being content creators, because at least that will pay well. Oh, well, it should be for passion, not just profits. I thought that's what art's all about. Yeah, tell that shit to your landlord when you're 3 months late on rent and see what they say. It's simple science. While yes, the artists do love what they do, if they don't get paid fairly in a livable wage, they're gonna have to significantly drop the amount they do. And you can only tour so much in the year to make money, with that not even being a guarantee you'll make enough to survive for So their best
Bro. Oh no.
bet a lot of times is doing content and maybe streaming to at least have some income to survive. And the last thing I want to talk about is concert pricing. You know how everybody says, oh man, this next summer about to be so lit, we about to be out going to concerts, this 20
Bro, low-key, I went to a Cardi concert like back in November for the Antagonist tour. I spent $150 on my ticket. I was on the bottom row. Somewhere near the bottom row near the stage. I paid only $150. Mind you, I was by myself, right? Quick story time, right? So basically, right, it was just me. I was going by myself. I had nobody to go with, right? I knew a guy from my school who was pulling over like 3 other people. I'm like, yo, pull up with me, right? They had tickets all the way on the top. They paid 200 something for those tickets. Yo, I only paid $150 for mine, right? But listen, I'm like, yo, just pop down with me. I'll sneak you guys in, right? They didn't. They just asked for a ticket. They let us, all 4 of us, go down, right? We get into my seat. There was 4 empty seats. All 4 of us sat, right? 2 hours in, it was like mid Ken Carson set. Security comes down and be like, follow us. I'm like, I bet. I followed them. They took us all the way down to VIP for free. Mind you, they paid $250 for their tickets up there, and somehow they're in VIP with me. Mind you, I only paid $150 for my ticket. That was the biggest deal at a Titans tour. Mind you, my first concert, and I really Cardi's part was just amazing, bro. And I got to meet Apollo Red. Ever since that day, I've always listened to Apollo Red. Apollo, I love you.
2026 summer gonna go crazy. Yeah, it's the exact opposite this year. We are staying inside for 2026 summer. You're better off navigating the American healthcare system than getting a normal price concert ticket in 2026. Not too long ago, I remember when I was in high school that people would chat with their homies and talk about whatever artist is performing in town. And everyone would save up working their fast food jobs to scrape enough to be able to go to the concert and vibe at it. That was before 2020. Exactly. That dream is definitely dead now. At minimum for mid-tier artists, you're now paying like $200 for some seats. Every artist for some reason think when touring they're at the level of Michael Jackson to charge absurd prices. They would probably make more too if they priced it normally and not insane. I also think this is a direct correlation to why certain artists fall off. They start charging too much and people don't think it's worth it, which kills their momentum over time. If they were smart and know how simple business works, you charge the cheapest prices at the beginning to get people hooked. Then slowly up it so the people you got hooked will keep coming. That's either simple business practices or drug dealer practices. I don't know who I got it from, but it's one of those things. It's not just the artists to blame too. It's obviously the ticket vendors as well, who have hands down ruined concerts and made them hell. I don't know if it's just me. I would 100% rather go to how they did it back then when you had to physically buy the ticket at a counter, then wait a week or 2 for whenever the concert was and use the ticket. At least you weren't getting ripped off by random fees and price raises. Ticketmaster is still the worst at it, and they were getting sued.
No. Ticketmaster, yo, for World Cup tickets, you want me to spend $1,000 for tickets all up there looking at soccer players that look like ants? Yo, if I wanted to see the game from that far, I'll just go watch the game at home where I'll get basically front row tickets and see more replays, more better angles than where I'm sitting at. Lock in, Ticketmaster.
The government, which started in 2024. So people were cheering and happy, hoping a change could finally be done to the company. Hoping they could have this terrible company stop their practices and break up their monopoly. But it turns out when you transition presidential administrations, things change. As of March 2026, they finished the lawsuit by paying a settlement and getting a slap on the wrist. 30 states were involved in this lawsuit, by the way. I guess it shouldn't be that surprising. The judge handling it directly said that the outcome was entirely unacceptable, yet they still don't care. We had like one chance to help with this, and now that's probably gone. Other states also didn't accept the outcome, so they decided to keep suing anyways, which is hilarious. You would expect with a federal lawsuit, states like to believe in the system and see it as concrete, so they would just move on. But this move was so stupid and blatantly dumb that states said, hold up. Nah, we ain't done. We run this back. I already talked about dynamic prices before, but that isn't helping also. It should 100% be an illegal practice. The scam is in the name. And a lot of artists also offer VIP packages for their concerts, which are complete cap or ripoffs. You'll have a normal ticket for like $150, but the VIP package is $500. And for the $500, it includes that you're closer to the stage and get a free food and beverage. Probably a preheated hot dog and a warm Gatorade too. Ain't nobody want that. I don't understand why some artists offer these packages and they're not at the level to give.
For the Antagonist store, they had a VIP package, which I was gonna get, but it was a little bit more. What was it called? You get like a t-shirt, a lighter, Yeah, I think it was like some merch from the stand. I think that's all I remember.
Something good. Anyways, that's gonna be all. Follow me on Twitter.
Alright, YouTube. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment. Let's hit 200 subscribers. Our next goal. Let's hit 1K before the end of the year. I want to hit 1K before the summer. Maybe we could do it. Maybe we can't. Let's do it. I'm down to do it. Let's reach that goal. Let's keep on pushing it. Let's get more people to watch our vids. But yeah.